In yoga, we do a lot of lunges, especially in our warm-up, by taking the one foot forward and keeping the hips in what we call the closed hip orientation. In this yoga play shop, we'll be working on side lunges where the hips are open and you start to work the inner thigh muscles and the thighs a little bit more. We'll be going to the side and back in a curtsy lunge. Let's begin. Take a wide stance on your mat. Bend your right knee. Draw your left hand to the outer knee and get a nice length through the inner thigh muscles as you draw your heart into this fullness. Take the head of your right arm bone back and release back to center. Check to make sure your feet are parallel. Bend your left knee. Root down through the baby toe side of the back foot. Take your right hand to the outer knee. Come to the side lunge. As you take the head of the left arm bone back, you open your heart to the side. Release back. Keep your feet pulling in toward each other. Let's do that one more time. As you take your left hand to your head, bend your right knee. Again, the side lunge, almost as if you're trying to tap your outer knee area. Just go into the support of your head in the twist. Come back to center. Take your right hand to the occipital ridge there, right at the top of the neck. Bend your left knee, draw yourself into the side lunge with a little bit of a twist. Inhale, lift yourself up. So this is the open hip pose. You've got plenty of room to move. Let's combine the open hip lunge with just a little variation. Step your feet hip distance apart. Now this is a balance pose, and for some reason, for me, to get my feet very rooted, I feel best on the floor. If you want to stay on your mat, by all means. We did side lunges in the wide stance. Now we'll work with a little bit of balance here. Take your left foot forward. With your left foot forward, take your right foot behind you. Bend both knees, just as if you're doing a full curtsy to the queen or someone you really respect. You can reach your arms out as if drawing your dress into its fullness. Release back and step your right foot back. You might have noticed you're starting to use the glutes. You are working on balance and the upper thighs, upper outer thighs in particular. Let's go to the opposite side and pay much more attention to our knee, right? We want to keep the knee tracking over the second toe. So often the knee goes out or in. We want to keep a nice stability in the knee. If you can't do that, this curtsy lunge may not be for you. Step your left foot behind, bend both knees, draw down. See if you can keep the knee tracking right over the second toe. Inhale, lift up. Step your feet hip distance apart. The balance aspect comes when you lift up one foot, take it behind you. You try to stay very stable as you're doing that. See if you can bend both knees. Again, the arms can be used to help stabilize you as you draw down. And you're working to keep the knee alignment in such a way that you protect the knee very fully. Inhale, rise up. Other side, as you step the left foot behind you, Park the base of the big toe down on that cross legs. You're pulling the legs in toward each other to get the inner thighs quite active. Keeping that awareness to your knee, you draw down. Inhale and rise up. So often people do these really fast and try to draw the knee down toward the floor, which is remarkable in its toning of the glutes, but the alignment is so critical. We'll do this one more time with a slight alternative. So step your left foot slightly forward so that you have a little bit more space to take the right foot behind you. As you park the back heel, you bend both knees. You can use your arms to really open up nicely. Come back to parallel feet, hip distance apart. Step your right foot forward. Draw your left foot back, bend your knees. Once again, honor your pose. It's a bowing gesture, a gesture of respect. Root down to rise up. And there you have it. The side lunges in the open hip action, where we work the inner thighs, the outer hip area, the glutes, and we work on some balance. Thanks so much for joining the practice. Namaste.